Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Now that's interesting. I've just gone on to the Facebook page and there's comments on there. Then I know this happened yesterday, and I'm not getting them on my feed, so I don't know what that's about. Anyway, I'll keep popping onto the Facebook page. So welcome, Lynn and Dimple and Charlotte and Chris. Good to see you all. Vinesh, you've appeared on my restream feed, so good to see you. Good morning. Hope you're settling into your new place, okay? Then recovering from the move. Good morning, Sarah. So it's YouTubers are appearing okay. It's Facebook that seems a bit laggardly. Good morning, Jenny and Rachel. Hi, Helen. I shall have to have a word with the people who run this streaming service. Something's obviously not working there. Or maybe I've altered something. Could be. Good morning, Rose. Good to see you. And Jane. Hi, Jane. Okay. So I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but anyway, we're all here, which is what matters. Okay, so this morning we're going to do what I call a self-care meditation. Je vais bien, merci, Graham. Just Graham. Bonjour, Graham, being French this morning. Yes, so this morning we're going to look at self-care. And I don't have to keep. I know those of you who've been coming for ages, you know all about this. That and we beat ourselves up, don't we? Continually, we criticise ourselves. We have a bit of a down on ourselves, and that makes us feel fed up. We sometimes feel that we're just not up to living in this world. We just can't somehow keep pace with other people's expectations, or with our own expectations even. And a lot of our suffering, a lot of the pain in the world, we cause ourselves. Things will happen to us, we will make mistakes. Circumstances will change. We will lose relationships. We will have trouble at work, and in the family. And all these kind of things are going to happen. Other people won't necessarily be kind to us always. And these are inevitable in many ways. A lot of the way we're blown about by the worldly winds is just how it is. It's not gonna ever go away, however hard we try to make it go away. So what we have to try and do is to reach a point where we can just not be blown around quite so much. And one of the biggest worldly winds is the way we cause ourselves pain. We blow ourselves around with our thoughts, with our negative, critical, negative thoughts about not being good enough and all that kind of thing, as I've said. So this meditation is about just looking at that and trying to get a sense of perspective, and maybe not believe our thoughts quite so strongly. Maybe just see our thoughts as habits that come from the past, come from our past trauma, habits that keep creeping in and banging us over the head with pain. Maybe we can see our thoughts as something that we can maybe just let go rather than get caught up in all the time. So that's what this morning's meditation is about. And I'm going to start with a poem. I've read this before, but not for a while. It's called Love After Love. And I think it's really relevant to this meditation. It's by somebody called Derek Walcott. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, "Sit here, eat." You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, the stranger whom you ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life. So I think that's beautiful. For me, it's all about being our own best friend. Just realizing that we don't actually need to depend too much on the world outside. The world outside is going to let us down. But deep inside is our own best friend. So can we find that best friend and allow ourselves to support us, allow ourselves to show kindness, allow ourselves to bring a positivity into our lives? When times are hard, we can support ourselves. We have this friend inside. And outside friends and people we love are wonderful, but there is no substitute for the internal friend. And that's what we're going to look at today. Okay, so just settling into getting ready to meditate. And as usual, you can do this any way you want, lying in bed, lying on the floor, sitting on a chair, whatever's comfortable or possible. And just coming into the present moment. We get so distracted by the past and planning the future. Just resting in the present. In a way, this is all there is. The past is just memories. The future is planning or expectations. It's in the mind. The only reality is right now in this moment. And can you feel it? Can you feel this now in the body? Can you feel the pumping of the blood, the working of your body, the warmth, the tingling, the connection with whatever you're sitting or lying on? And the pull of gravity keeping you safely tethered to the earth. Just all in the moment, all in this present moment, this ever-evolving moment that we call now. It's beautiful. We don't need to be anywhere else. And this moment, if we can just let go of our thoughts a little, we can just relax. It's all we need. It's always safe. It's only our mind that makes it unsafe. And then we're not in the moment anymore. So bringing attention to your breath, coming and going. Breathing in the air produced by greenery and trees, the rainforest, breathing in this life-giving oxygen. And breathing out carbon dioxide, which feeds the greenery and feeds the trees and the rainforest. So as we sit here, we're constantly exchanging our breath with the breath of the rainforest and the greenery around us. We're breathing in the trees and they're breathing in us. So there is no difference in a way between us and all the trees and the rainforest. We depend on each other. There's a little bit of the rainforest in us and a little bit of us in the rainforest. Quite a magical thought. So just noticing the breathing in the upper body, the movement of the chest. The expansion and contraction. Not trying to do anything, just relaxing into that. Just allowing it to happen by itself. Just enjoying it, really. The breath is always there. And when you're ready, you could move down to the bottom of the rib cage in the centre of the chest. Just behind there, somewhere in that area, is the heart centre. And some of you probably can go straight to the heart centre. Some of you maybe can't. So if you can't, just bring into mind somebody you love. A person, a relative, a pet. anybody that you love deeply, just thinking about them for a moment, noticing where you feel that love. That's the heart centre. So just allowing the heart centre to open and the sense of warmth and love to grow as much as you can. Not worrying if it doesn't happen. Not trying too hard. And in this meditation today, we're going to start by looking at the whole of ourselves. All of us, complex human beings, living in a complex world. We carry with us all the wounds of our past life, all the habits that we've learned to cope with the things that have happened to us. And some of those habits are helpful and positive, and some of them are unhelpful and negative. Sometimes our life experience helps us to live well, to help others, to find our place in the world. And sometimes our life experience causes us to shut down, to tighten up, to withdraw. And we're not always very kind to ourselves. And life is hard at times. Life is difficult. Then we get upset and angry and disappointed and sad. And all these things come from our previous experience of life, from our need for love, from our need to be happy. And yet, in this needing to be happy, we can create our own unhappiness. So can we gaze upon ourselves with kindness? Can we give ourselves a kindly, affectionate gaze? Can we see that we struggle sometimes, and when we do, we're always doing our best. We're always trying hard to be happy. We're never trying to cause ourselves difficulty or other people difficulty. We're not perfect, and we're never likely to be. But in that imperfectness, there is a uniqueness, there is a beauty. So can we bring kindness and love to our imperfect selves? Can we open our hearts to this person that we call me, that's doing the best in the world? Just opening our hearts to ourselves. And in this opening our hearts to ourselves, can we somehow recognize that deep inside we have our own best friend? There is a friend there that can help us through the difficult times, that can share the good times. Can we find this friend inside of ourselves, this good friend? And can we allow the good friend to emerge and to help us in our journey through life? Our own best friend can help us to get through difficulties, can bring things into perspective when they get out of perspective. The friend inside can help us to cope, can look after us when we're not feeling too good. Our own best friend can always be there for us, no matter what, supporting us, loving us, helping us out. So can we find our own best friend within? Can we give them a chance to help us? Can you feel the love, the friend within? Can you open up to them? So keeping our internal friend with us, and now looking for another part of ourselves, the part of ourselves that feels a bit scared sometimes, not quite sure of themselves, the part of ourselves that worries about being good enough, about making mistakes, about not getting on with other people or doing things well or properly. This is what you might call the inner child. This part of us that just doesn't quite feel up to living this life. Can we look after this inner child? This inner child just needs love. It needs caring for. So can we put our arms around the inner child and give it a hug? Hold its hand, reassure it, let it know that everything's okay. Just as we would with any small child that was close to us. We would look after it, wouldn't we? So can we care for our own small child? Can we love him or her? Support them, reassure them, help them to grow and feel better. So just for a few moments, just holding our inner child, caring for it, letting it know that it is loved. So keeping our inner child safely with us, keeping it close to us, we're going to go and meet our inner critic. This inner critic that is always mouthing off at us, always telling us that we could have done better, we shouldn't have done that, we ought to be doing this. Always undermining us, always getting at us for not being perfect, not always getting it right. So our inner child is probably terrified of this inner critic. And the inner critic seems quite fierce and harsh, maybe. Certainly sometimes. But actually the inner critic is also scared. This inner critic of ours just wants everything to be okay and is frightened that it isn't and that it won't be. And this inner critic of ours causes itself so much pain with this worry and causes us so much pain. And yet it doesn't help us in any way at all. In fact, the inner critic has our best interests at heart, but is completely deluded in the way it acts, in the way it speaks. It just makes matters worse. So, can we see the fear and the insecurity in our inner critic? Maybe if we can do that, we can give it what it needs. And what it needs is love and reassurance. The kindly sense of it's okay, everything's fine. We make mistakes, We don't always act in ways that we want to. Things go wrong. But that's okay. Each moment we start again. Each moment we have a new opportunity to live in the world in the way we want. So can we soothe our inner critic? Can we help it to feel okay? So as we go through our day and our week, can we bring to mind these parts of ourselves that can help us or that need our love? Can we keep in touch with our own internal best friend? Can we support ourselves when times are hard? Can we be there rejoicing with ourselves when times are good? Can we be there for ourselves with a sense of love and kindness? And through this day and every day, can we remember to take care of our inner child? This part of us that, just like a small child, is sometimes insecure and worried. Can we care for him or her? Look after them, give them love and help them to grow. And can we remember that our inner critic also needs love and reassurance? So can we look after our inner critic as well, letting it know that it's okay, helping it to feel safe and loved. And finally, can we remember that every other person that we meet also has an inner child and an inner critic. And they also have a good friend within as well. And can we remember that everybody we meet, no matter how confident and happy they seem, are probably going through exactly the same things that we go through. They too need love and kindness. They too can benefit from this internal friend. So can we treat everybody we meet with a sense of kindness and care, knowing that they go through the same things as ourselves, the same ups and downs, the same pain, the same difficulties? Can we help them feel better as we go through the world? And maybe in a way that helps us as well. Can we love ourselves and love others through kindness and care? Thank you for coming along this morning. I hope that was good for you. I'm just going to go on to Facebook because we're not getting any Facebook comments at the moment. So hello to Charlotte, who joined us later. I think that's and Karen. Hello, Karen, and Michelle. And there may be others, but I can't always see all the names. So thank you for joining me this morning. I hope that was useful, and do take care of yourself. Do be kind to yourselves. It's so easy for us to get into this dudgeon, isn't it, of muttering about ourselves and carping about who we are and all that. So can we be a little bit more positive today and just bring some love and care and kindness to ourselves and to others as well? We all need it. We all need it so much. So I'll be back tomorrow with giving and receiving meditation and another chance to connect with the world and to feel the love of the universe. And maybe I'll see you then. Thank you for coming this morning. Have a really lovely day. I hope things go well for you. Take care of yourselves and lots of love to you.